Destruction was their creed, but the jihadis of the Islamic State couldn't obliterate the ancient city of Palmyra. One man sacrificed himself to preserve history for its descendants. Khaled al-Assad, the 83-year-old director of antiquities, refused to tell them where the ancient treasures were hidden.
He was crucified and his body hung on this column for 2 or 3 days. His head was placed here and his glasses were still on. I've managed to get the glasses and I keep them with me.
Khaled's son Mohammed has returned to Palmyra to look for his father's body and give him a decent burial.
Islam teaches us we should bury the dead. Even when you kill someone, you should bury him, not leave him to be eaten by stray dogs. Is this a human act? Is this the leniency and mercy advocated by Islam?
They took a sledgehammer to the 2,000-year-old Lion of Alat outside the museum. Mohammed believes his father's conviction for worshipping statues was just an excuse. They simply wanted to steal ancient treasures to sell. Khaled al-Assad gave his life for this museum and for the ancient site of Palmyra. When he was killed, people around the world mourned. But we found out that the jihadis killed someone else that day as well. There was another body lying completely covered because they wouldn't show the face of a woman even in death. Her name was Fatima, and she was tried and condemned to death right here in the basement of the museum, which they used as an Islamic court. Some members of Fatima's family fled to Bab al-Amr in Homs, damaged like Palmyra, but by last year relatively safe. Many Palmyra residents stay here, in half-destroyed buildings. Her sister and mother say they have no photo, only memories. Still in fear of IS, they don't want their full names given and will only show part of their faces.
We didn't all leave at the same time. We fled in groups. Whoever had the chance to flee didn't hesitate. But she refused, saying, "This is my home and I'll never leave." They're illiterate, they know nothing. They can't teach us religion or tell us to wear veils and long gowns. She wouldn't accept it. She dressed decently, but she didn't cover her face. They told her this is not religious, and she said she wasn't following their rules.
Then news came that Fatima's husband had abandoned her, and she had been detained by the jihadis.
Because I am a mother, I couldn't stop myself from going there. I roamed the town asking people about my daughter. My sons-in-law would give me rides on their motorcycles. We went to the municipality, the museum, the court. We spent days, but in vain.
The next news they heard was the worst.
Some people say she was killed together with Khaled al-Assad. There was the body of a woman next to him. When they kill a woman, they cover her face so as not to show it.
Her mother returned to the Islamic court in the basement of the museum, where finally one of the jihadis spoke to her.
He told me, "We killed your daughter." I asked him why. What did she do? She's not a soldier, so why kill her? He gave me a piece of paper saying she was stubborn and mocked their religion. This is the paper he gave me.
It says she is sentenced to death for apostasy, for insulting her own creator by questioning the wearing of the full face veil, for ceasing to pray and fast. All her belongings to be confiscated. No appeal. Back in Palmyra, outside the museum, they wrote on a container, "The Islamic State will prevail, whoever defies us." Under such pressure, most people flee or submit. Not Fatima, nor Mohammed's father Khaled.
They brought him here barefoot and told him to kneel to be executed. He refused, telling them he would die standing, like the palm trees of Palmyra, which die upright and do not fall.
They call Khalid al-Assad the father of Palmyra. Maybe Fatima was the daughter. Some might call such people suicidal, foolhardy, but their legend is embedded in the stones the jihadis could not destroy. The famous man and the unknown woman who dared to defy the Islamic State.